Tonight, breaking news, the clashing storms taking aim. The tropical storm that pounded Florida, now fueling a developing nor'easter hitting right now. Possible power outages and the flash flood threat for 45 million Americans. Criminal charges, special counsel Robert Mueller zeroing in on at least one target in the Russia meddling probe. The pending indictment and arrest could be just hours away. And this just in, 2 Navy SEALs from SEAL Team 6 under investigation tonight for allegedly killing a fellow service member. A Green Beret found asphyxiated in his embassy housing. Also breaking tonight, power struggle. Puerto Rico canceling that contract to fix the power grid, raising new questions about how a tiny Montana company landed the $300 million job. And easy getaway, an inmate busting out, walking right past cameras and guards, the simple disguise he used.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the breaking news. The clashing storms taking aim at the East Coast. Drenching rains and winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour expected. 45 million Americans facing a flash flood watch. This after downgraded tropical storm Philippe, fresh from Florida, rolls northward, adding new fury to a developing nor'easter already closing in. Hundreds of flights canceled and rush hour expected to be a real mess. Tomorrow, Americans from Washington, D.C. to Boston. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano starts us off.
Tonight, 2 storms converging on the East Coast. In Florida, tropical storm Philippe pummeling the Sunshine State with torrential rain and winds gusting over 75 miles per hour. This twister in Palm Beach County, one of 4 hitting Florida overnight. This driver on I-95 spotting what appears to be a tornado.
It's a tornado. Check this out, right in front of me.
When suddenly a transformer explodes ahead.
Oh, just took out the light.
A mobile home park in Boynton Beach blown to pieces.
I could just see some stuff flying through the air.
Roofs torn off, windows shattered, a ceiling fan lying among the debris. The remnants of Philippe now fueling the strengthening nor'easter, putting 45 million at risk from Washington, D.C. to Boston. Flash flooding and damaging winds expected. Power outages likely, flight delays a certainty. This all coming on the 5-year anniversary of Superstorm Sandy, which demolished much of Breezy Point, New York.
During Sandy, it wasn't water that destroyed most of this town. It was hurricane-force winds that spread fire across these tightly packed homes.
Houses here are still being rebuilt. And though not the size and scope of Sandy, the incoming storm has residents here on edge.
And Rob joins us now from Breezy Point in Queens, New York, an area, as you mentioned, Rob, devastated by that storm 5 years ago. And as we can see, bracing for a rough night.
Yeah, the winds and the rain have only increased, Tom, and we're not so concerned about the storm surge with this system, but the wind and torrential rains, especially over the next 12 hours, are going to be coming down hard for sure. Here's a satellite. Look at this beast. We've got that East Coast storm, and then we've got remnants of Philippe going to feed in not only the moisture, but some energy as well. This thing's going to explode in intensity tonight. There you see the rain, the squalls coming through the northeast right through tomorrow morning. And the backside of it's really going to have some wind to it. Over a half a foot of rain expected. Flash flood watches are posted. That's going to saturate the ground. And then you have these winds over the next 12 to 18, maybe 24 hours, gusting 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. That's certainly going to be enough to bring down some trees, likely some power lines. So scattered power outages beginning tonight, Tom, right through tomorrow. Tom?
So much rain and wind on the radar there. All right, Rob, thanks so much. Next to the Russia investigation, the first charges in that probe expected to be handed down as early as tomorrow morning. ABC News confirming that special counsel Robert Mueller and his team are seeking charges against at least one target, a possible indictment and arrest said to be imminent. All this as the president delivers a rapid-fire series of tweets this morning demanding more scrutiny of Democrats and his one-time rival for the White House, Hillary Clinton. ABC's David Wright at the White House tonight with the latest on all of this.
Tonight at the White House, Russian roulette. Sources tell ABC News the first arrest in the Russia investigation is coming as soon as tomorrow. But we don't yet know who will be charged or what the charges will be.
Believe me, if you're the person, you know. I mean, you've already been told you're a target.
ABC News has confirmed that a senior prosecutor from Robert Mueller's office, who specializes in fraud cases, was at the federal courthouse in Washington Friday. Sources tell ABC News the grand jury has approved charges. There's no shortage of members of Trump's inner circle who have faced questions about their dealings with Russians, and there could be others we haven't heard of before.
The big question becomes, is the strategy going to be first go for a little fish to try to get that person to turn, right? Typically, that's the way you would do something like this.
The president's men are pushing back.
Give me a break, okay? Look, the speculation is so insane right now. What we should be focusing on are the continued lies of the Clinton administration.
Trump advisor Roger Stone tweeted obscenities at CNN when they broke the news. Twitter promptly suspended him.
The whole Russian thing was an excuse for the Democrats losing the election, and it turns out to be just one excuse.
Now the president, once again, is calling this a sideshow, tweeting all of this Russia talk right when the Republicans are making their big push for historic tax cuts and reform. Is this coincidental? Not. The Dems are using this terrible and bad for our country witch hunt for evil politics. But the White House lawyer handling the Russia probe quickly clarified the president's comments today are unrelated to the activities of the special counsel with whom he continues to cooperate. Today, the ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee would not comment on whether the president could be a target of the investigation.
I can't comment on that, George. I can't answer that one way or the other.
One way, you wouldn't know whether Robert Mueller is investigating the president?
I can't comment on that at all.
And David Wright joins us live from the White House. David, any response tonight from those who could be in jeopardy?
Well, Tom, the two key candidates so far have been former campaign chair Paul Manafort and former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. ABC News has reached out to both of them. Manafort's team says they don't think that an indictment is coming their way. Flynn's team hasn't responded to ABC News.
Still waiting on that response. All right, David, thank you. Next to a disturbing story emerging tonight involving members of SEAL Team 6. U.S. officials confirming that the military is now looking into allegations that 2 Navy SEALs may have killed a Green Beret. It happened back in June in the West African country of Mali. ABC's Gloria Vieira with the latest on that investigation.
Tonight, 2 members from the Navy's elite SEAL Team 6 are under a homicide investigation for the murder of a Green Beret in Mali, Africa. The details, first reported in the New York Times and confirmed by ABC News, state that the Navy is examining the June incident.
Rangers, Green Berets, SEALs, any special operations troops are so disciplined, so highly trained. Something like this is just almost unimaginable.
The victim, Staff Sergeant Logan J. Melgar, found dead on assignment in Mali, where Special Operations Forces conducted training and counterterrorism missions. A U.S. official telling ABC News the investigation is looking into asphyxiation as a possible cause of Melgar's death. The 2 Navy SEALs have not been charged. SEAL Team 6 is among the military's most elite special operations forces. It was members of SEAL Team 6 that killed Osama bin Laden in the 2011 raid in Pakistan. The new report comes as the Pentagon investigates what led to an ISIS-linked ambush on October 4th in Niger that left 4 American soldiers dead. Sergeant Melgar's death has been described as a mystery for months. The case is now being handled by the Naval Criminal Investigative Service. They tell us they do not discuss ongoing investigations. Tom?
Gloria Vieira for us tonight. And the Pentagon has just released the identity of an Army soldier killed this weekend in a helicopter crash in Afghanistan. Jacob Michael Sims of Oklahoma enlisted back in the 90s, completing tours in Kosovo and Iraq before serving in Afghanistan. He was part of an elite air unit that works with Special Operations Forces. The incident is under investigation tonight. Next to the breaking developments out of Puerto Rico, energy officials there in the process of canceling that controversial contract with a Montana company to get the power back on. The $300 million contract with Whitefish Energy and how they landed that deal in the spotlight for days. Now, will this new development slow down the recovery? Here's ABC's Victor Oquendo.
Tonight, a shock announcement from the governor of hurricane-battered Puerto Rico.
I have asked the board of the Power Authority to invoke the cancellation clause in the contract immediately.
That contract with Whitefish Energy could soon be scrapped. This after revelations the Montana Power Company had just 2 employees when it was awarded a massive $300 million contract to restore power across the island. and that Trump administration Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke hails from the same town the company is based in. FEMA earlier saying it had significant concerns with the deal as Zinke denied any involvement, and Whitefish saying it's disappointed in the decision. The governor calling the contract a distraction.
You live right here.
Yes.
But you're in your car right now for air conditioning.
Yes.
5 weeks after Hurricane Maria and 70% of the island still in darkness. American citizens suffering in sweltering heat. We were there watching these parents using strips of cardboard to cool off their toddlers. These families sitting outside late into the night to stay cool. Right now, just 29.7% of customers in Puerto Rico have power, just shy of the projected 30% benchmark for tomorrow, October 30th, that the governor announced earlier. But in question, the November 15th deadline of 50% and 95% of power being restored by December 15th. The governor insisting those benchmarks will be met even without Whitefish. But the head of the agency that manages electricity on the island says the cancellation could delay work for 10 to 12 weeks. Tom, Puerto Rico is now reaching out to New York and Florida under a mutual aid agreement so they can send their workers to the island to reinforce the grid and get it back up and running. Tom?
They need that help. 70% still without power. All right, Victor, thank you. Turning now to the growing split in Spain. Police estimating more than 1 million people took to the streets of Barcelona today to push for the region to remain a part of Spain. The latest chapter in that country's deepening civil crisis. ABC's Terry Moran is there.
In the streets of Barcelona, a sea of people. A show of unity with Spain. Hundreds of thousands waving the Spanish flag, rejecting independence for this region. Joyous demonstration of Spanish patriotism. They feel like their homeland has been hijacked by this Declaration of Independence. It happened Friday. The Catalonian parliament voting to secede from Spain and become the world's newest independent country. A dream come true for so many here.
I'm super happy, super excited. Now we are Catalan at last.
The people here have their own language, Catalan, their own ancient history, their own booming economy, and a long list of disputes with the Spanish central government in Madrid. But for this massive crowd today, all that is no justification for breaking from Spain.
So you don't want to be independent?
I'm independent now. I'm a person, I live in my house, and I have my country that protects me and allows me to be free.
The Spanish government has fired the local leaders and assumed direct control of Catalonia, but those local leaders say they still have authority here. It is a tense and potentially violent standoff. Tom?
Terry Moran from Barcelona tonight. Terry, thank you. Back here at home, new allegations against Harvey Weinstein. Actress Rose McGowan saying the disgraced film mogul offered her $1 million not to speak out against him. And actress Annabella Sciorra tells The New Yorker Weinstein raped her. She says after giving her a ride home in New York in the 90s, Weinstein burst into her apartment and forced himself on her. Weinstein has denied any allegations of non-consensual sex. Next to the growing questions tonight about an inmate who vanished from a West Virginia jail, making it almost all the way to Mexico. Officials say these surveillance images captured him escaping in street clothes. A disguise and a case they're trying to get to the bottom of tonight. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
Tonight, the big question, how did this happen? A West Virginia inmate dressed in plain clothes casually walking out of jail. Guards not realizing he was missing until 2 days later. U.S. Marshals tracking down 42-year-old Todd Boyes more than 1,400 miles away in Laredo, Texas, on the run for 4 days and trying to cross the Rio Grande into Mexico.
This is either an inside job or it's just out and out incompetence.
Boyes was supposed to be in court Friday morning to be sentenced for a carjacking and police chase from last year. By then, a massive manhunt was underway to find him. Authorities say Wednesday morning these security images show him at 6, not in his orange jumpsuit, but in khaki pants and a dark pullover as he left this Charleston, West Virginia jail. Despite multiple head counts, officials say jail staff didn't notice he was missing until 7 Thursday night, 37 hours later. But this lawyer says jail staff knew sooner than that. He says he alerted jail officials himself after his client, another inmate at the jail, told him about the escape.
I had to let the jail know somebody had escaped from Charlie 5. Apparently did nothing.
The state saying they are investigating the escape. So far, 4 prison guards have been suspended without